Is Lagos flooding caused by the carelessness of the residents, global warming, or just pure administrative carelessness? Since 1968, Lagos has been experiencing flooding every single year except for one. So why does Nigeria's commercial capital keep flooding year after year? And whose fault is it really? You see, Lagos was never designed by nature to be home to 20 million people. It's a coastal city and it sits just a few meters above the sea level. This alone makes it prone to flooding. But being prone to floods and flooding every single year are two different things. Cities like Amsterdam and even some parts of Tokyo, they live with water, but they're not flooded every other year. This brings us back to the population issue. You see, because Lagos is the commercial capital of Nigeria, every single year, thousands and thousands of people move there. And because of this, the city expanded faster. So as land became less and less available, people started reclaiming wetlands and even lagoons. People don't realize it, but several parts of Lagos were basically water until there were some field and built on. Marina was reclaimed. VI Extension was reclaimed. To a large extent, Lekki Phase 1 was reclaimed. Banana Island, reclaimed. Even Eko Atlantic City was built on reclaimed land. The issue is not that the land was reclaimed. Countries around the world do this all the time. The problem is that when you reclaim wetlands, the water that used to be there starts looking for where to go. And many times, this overwhelms the drainage systems, and if it's not properly managed, it leads to flooding. Lagos today is a mega city, but most of its drainage systems were built decades ago. A lot of development has happened since then. The problem now is that most of the drains that were supposed to manage the flooding did not expand at the same rate with the city. What's even more painful is that in several parts of the city, people have built their houses in such a way that they've almost blocked or they've even completely blocked the canals and drainage that were supposed to dissipate the floods. Another issue is that Lagos generates thousands of tons of waste every single day. While waste collection has improved in several areas, in some areas, the government is still struggling to manage it. The problem with that is that once it rains, the water carries all those things and they end up in the nearest canal. And once this happens, water that would have easily flowed into the sea will find their way into people's sitting rooms. Now let's talk about us. Because in as much as the government has its own blame, some of us are our worst enemies. Once it starts raining like this, some people will carry their trash inside the gutter. And once the canal is blocked and the water has nowhere to go to, guess whose sitting room is coming to? The government on its own part has a lot of work to do. Why does Maryland Bridge flood every single year? Why are so many of our drainage channels unattended until it's rainy season? Those buildings that are blocking canals and limiting the flow of water, who exactly approved them? Why are we still using open shallow gutters designed in 1970 for a mega city of 20 million people in 2026? Our canals should be more effectively managed.